People of Solomon's, greetings. I'm Martha Boyer, former pastor of Solomon's from 2005 to 2013. I'm so very sorry that we can't be with you this year for Homecoming 2021. I'm currently serving St. Paul United Church of Christ in Shrewsbury, Pennsylvania, since I left you in 2013. The last time that I spoke with you was in 2019 at Homecoming. When we said goodbye on that day, we had had a wonderful celebration in the sanctuary, followed by a reception honoring the 50-year confirmation class members. I greeted many of you there. I remember the conversations we had about your family members who had been lost in the years since I had seen you last. On that day, Pastor Frank and I exchanged pulpits together. He went to St. Paul Church in Shrewsbury, and I preached for you a message I remember preaching about the good old days are yet to be. Dennis played the organ, the Allen organ. I miss so many cherished members that we knew together there. But I'm glad to note that many of you are still active. We're glad that you have some newer members that were not at Solomon's when I was there. David, my husband, is filming this video. And Andrew, our son, he's here also. He owns his own house in Manchester, and he works in Harrisburg for several years as a supervisor in PennDOT. But he's right here at home in York with us as we're recording, and Andrew can tell you better than I can of his very special memories at Solomon's Church as we lived in the parsonage very close to the church. He attended Emmaus High School while we were there and also Kutztown University. Andrew, come on over. Move in close so they can see you. Very close. And now, share some of your favorite memories of Solomon's Church.
I had some great memories of my times at Solomon's Church, and we had some great times. My best memory is every Sunday standing outside after the service with our favorite greeter, my dog Shakespeare, in his tie, and we brought along a stand-in for Shakespeare with his tie that we bought. I've also enjoyed the time we made chicken pies every fall and helping out with that.
And the trick-or-treat bags.
Yeah. And I enjoyed the helping out with the Wheels of Time, serving the pizzas and the various other snacks. The different events at the Heifer Work Camp, both in Massachusetts and in Maryland, and touring the Global Village and
Sleeping in it too.
And sleeping in it, yeah, and helping out with the animals. I always enjoyed our ice cream socials with the choir that we had every year at the end of every choir season, getting to socialize and joke around and laugh and have good company. We had some great Bible school events. We also, many of the choir members remember making palm crosses every year for Easter. I also remember several times going to Knoebels Grove as a church, where my mother and I were just attended a few weeks ago. And that brought back a lot of memories of going there as a church. And also, I enjoyed the helping with the Macungie holidays and also the blessing of the animals.
We did that several years.
We did that several years, and I know Shakespeare was one of the many animals that needed the blessing.
Remember the dog that Larry?
Yes, remembering Larry who peed on the cat carrier. Yeah.
We won't mention that, Kathy.
Yeah. And then, but Shakespeare and our whole family always had great memories of our times at Solomon's Church.
Well, friends, I just wanted to say one more thing. The last year and a half have been really tough. We've had experiencing some hardship because of COVID, and I know you have in Macungie, and we have here also in York and Shrewsbury. It's affected our churches and our homes, and it's gone all around the world. We continue to recover from the very bad things that happened, the bad times of the COVID years. Yet, even though we've all had some bad times, and I know you've had some bad times in Macungie too, I'm convinced that ahead of you lay some good times yet ahead. For Solomon's, there are more good times ahead of you. And I know the last time I preached when I saw you, the good old days are yet to be. Sometimes they delay a little, but I'm sure they're still farther beyond, because this is part of the promise God gave to the people of God when they were in the wilderness on their way to the promised land. These people in the wilderness, after they had been slaves in Egypt, were in a type of wilderness that we experienced with COVID. I call the wilderness of COVID. But they looked forward to arrival in the promised land, and we look forward to something better that is yet to come. I do believe that lays ahead for us. So, friends at Solomon's, accept the struggles that you experience as part of the wilderness of COVID. And just like the people escaped the slavery, you'll escape it too, and go to the land flowing with milk of honey that God had promised God's people. And that for us as Christians is church with a capital C. But before you and I meet again in the eternal kingdom with a capital C, I think we need to meet again at St. Paul Church. I'm not sure when that will be, but I'm looking forward to it. Maybe it's a homecoming event, or maybe at a future anniversary event. But in the meantime, David and I look forward to seeing you again on another special occasion in Macungie. And in the meantime, from all of us here in York on our couch at 140 Oak Ridge Drive in York, from David, Andrew, and me, together we all want to wish you, Solomon's Church, happy homecoming, Solomon's United Church of Christ. So let's say it, folks. Happy homecoming, Solomon's United Church of Christ.